Hey there everybody, welcome back to my channel. I've come on, as promised, to make this card, this pop-up card. I had a small video on earlier, just a 2-minute video or something, just showing you this one that I'd made earlier. It took me actually a bit longer than an hour and a half. I think it took me 2 hours to make this. But this was my prototype card. But I decided it's probably easier to make with pattern paper and die cuts. So, I mean, that one's absolutely fine. I will give it to somebody, or it might even go in my giveaway for my 900 subscribers when I get to it. So, yeah, it's really easy to make. And I'm using some Stampin' Up papers that I got quite recently. I'm not sure if you can still get them, but they're really nice. I think you can. I think you can still get them. I'm just trying to put some of my stuff away. I've got a mess again. What's new? I just seem to have a mess all the time these days. Anyway, not to worry. So I've got this lovely paper, as I said. So for the base card, you need, here's a quick screenshot of what size you need, and for the layers, if you want to quickly screenshot that. I've not put in the folding mechanism measurements yet because I haven't done that yet, but I'll pop that in later. So it's basically, I mean, you can make it any size you want it really, but this is just my size of 5 inches squared as the base card. I've got some nice strawberry patterned papers, which are 4 3/4 squared for the inside of the card, like so. And these are the papers I'm talking about from Stampin' Up. And I can't remember the name of it. I'll just very quickly show you. Now, here's the name. Wait a minute. It's called Storybook Moments 12x12 Speciality Designer Series Paper. And you also got this other one as well, which is a die cut bit as well. Oh, there's various bits on there called Storybook Life Sticker Sheet. So I think you still can get these because I didn't get them that long ago. So you get, how many sheets did it say you got? I think you get about 12 sheets. So they're double-sided and they're just gorgeous. So that's that side of that, which is really nice as well. And then there's this one, which has got all the vegetables on it. And then the other side of that is these houses. Then you've got all your gardening utensils, stuff you would use in the garden. That's the opposite side of that, which is really nice. Then I think we're back to, yeah, the strawberry one, that's the back of it. So it just, you know, if you get these, you could just decide which side you'd use. And then this one, which I thought I might use on the front and use various bits, maybe to make a bit of a collage, is that one. And then it's got the green on the back, which is really nice. So I've got all the pieces that I thought I'm going to use, and this is you also get as well 2 die cut pieces of all these little rabbits and mice and badgers and geese, and there's a wee lamb and various other things, strawberries, and just everything that kind of goes with the papers. So that's my 2 insert bits. So I've also got these pieces which I said were die cut already, so I can choose that these will go on my pop-up mechanism. So we'll put them to the side just now because I don't want to have bits everywhere. So I'm going to pop these in, and I'm going to get a sort of collage bit off here from the front. So that's the back of that. So I'm trying to think. I'm going to cut it up there, which is at 6 inches, and it cuts down perfectly. So what I was thinking is I might cut out this strawberry. I'll cut along here, and that'll do my 6 by 6s. And then what I thought I would do was just cut this bit up here. And you need to cut it. Yeah, so I'm going to have to cut that to 4 3/4 here. So that just fits onto the front. Just put that in, just trying to see what it's going to look like. I just thought I'd do a wee sort of collagey part on the front. With maybe these pieces. Let's see, we'll just cut them up. So it's quite good because you can just cut these up into what you want it to be like. I don't want to cover that strawberry too much, it's quite nice. Let's see. Suppose I could have it underneath a wee bit. Oh, it's going to be a bit harder than I thought. So let's just cut all the elements up here that are here, and then I can decide. So these are all the pieces. I can always cut into more into these. Excuse my throat. I've got a bit of a, don't know, a bit of a hoarse voice. So just take that white bit off a bit more. Right, let's see. So we could have him or her on there. A little bit like that. Maybe I had thought I'd keep the strawberry part on, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do that unless I can pop it somewhere underneath. Or I don't want to do too much faffing here. Possibly something like that, maybe. Right, let's just glue these bits in anyway first, and see where we're at. So, I mean, I could have this way if I wanted as well, which is another idea. But I think I'm going to go with the strawberries because I like strawberries and I like it. So I'm going to go with the strawberries. So, oh, don't do the right side, nearly did the wrong side there. So this isn't actually my idea. This was, I watched, I think she's called Crafting with Quilling Lady on YouTube, and she did this card, but she did it, I think, maybe slightly bigger than this. So the measurements will probably be slightly different, but it's the same concept. So it's not my idea, but I like doing pop-up cards from time to time, so I thought I would just try it on my channel. There, so that gives a nice centre inside. And let's see what we're going to do. Didn't cut these bits. Let's just cut these with the scissors, the big scissors. Hopefully I'll be able to cut it straightish. I've not been known to cut things very straight in my time, you know. But these do help, these big scissors. So there's just trying to keep with the blue a bit, maybe. Take that bit off the edge there. you have the blue instead. What else did we have? The duck. The duck. Let's just cut the duck down. But I think that's a bit squint, surely. I can see it squint anyway. That's better. There's a wee bit off the strawberries as well here, actually, which might work. I wonder if I can just do it like that. Or, so what does that look like? Does that look okay? Or should I do a bit of something else under it? Gosh, the time I've faffed. This video is going to be really long, isn't it? Sorry everyone. Maybe I'll go with those ones. Right, let's just do that, because if I keep faffing around like I am, I'll never get anything done. So obviously you could use any paper you liked. It doesn't have to be this stuff. Because I'd bought this recently and hadn't used it, I thought it would be perfect. So let's see, I don't know if this, I think it goes that way actually. But if you want to treat yourself to it, you should. But don't feel you have to. Right, that's quite nice, and just put that flat as well. Can add some sentiments maybe onto it soon. So just put that there. Right, there we go. So that's the front and that's the middle, and then we can get to the mechanism. So put all these wee pieces away, because I'm sure I can make another one of these, and put these on it. So just pop that. So bring this card back, just so it's in screenshot, and it is very easy to make. It's not difficult at all, really. Right, so to make the bit in the middle, you need to get yourself some white card. Now, I should have some extra card here that I used earlier. Hopefully, that one's actually not. What's this? It's not going to be big enough. Anyway, so let's see. I'm going to use some of this card I've got down here. It is 12 by 12 card, but when I was making that one, and you didn't actually need 12 by 12 card. But it doesn't matter because I've got 12 by 12 here. So what you need to do is, because it's slightly smaller, you need to cut up a piece of a panel which measures 2 inches. So 2 inches. 2 inches. No, I changed it to 2.5. So 2.5 inches by, I might have to slightly just put it 2.5 inches by 8. I don't think I'm going to do 10. This might even be too big. No. So 2.5 inches by 10, and you want to, no, 10, sorry. So I'll write that down. So 2.5 inches, one panel at 3.5 inches by, what did I say, 8. Score at, score at, just, I don't know, because it won't be 2, so it'll be scoring at, me and numbers don't, so score at 4. Just keep, yeah, I was going to score it, let's see, not score at 4, but score at 4, and then turn it round, rotate it round, so rotate it this way round, and score it at, let's see, at 1/2 inch. No, 3/4, sorry, 3/4 of an inch, I should say. So score it at 3/4 of an inch. If I can get this at the right bit. Oh, it's moved again. I don't know why I'm taking such. So 3/4 of an inch. I just don't think that's quite square, that piece. Let me just see, it doesn't know, it's not quite the right size there. That's better. Just take that wee bit off. That's just me. So still score it at 3/4 of an inch. So there we go. Hold that in place. And score. Okay, and that's your first piece. You want to also get a second panel, which will be, so just write this on. So what was that? 3/4 of an inch. So that was when you rotate. So you rotate it to do the 3/4 of an inch score. Okay. And then you need a second panel, which is going to be, now, let's see, what's it going to be? Let me think. So for that one I had, you needed a second panel at 4 1/4 by 8, but I'm not going to do 4 1/4 because that's too much. So what did I have that one at? 2 1/2. So let's go 3 1/2. We can always cut it down if that's not right. 3 1/2, and then by, so we want it to be slightly bigger, a bit bigger on both sides, not too big. So we'll just cut that at, what are we cutting that one at? We're cutting it at 9. So go to 9. So I better write that down. Second panel is going to be sized at, what did I say? I've forgotten already. 3 1/2. Is it 3 1/2? Yeah, 3 1/2. 3 1/2 by 9. 9. Then to score, we'll go over to this side, to score at, so score in half, so 3 1/2, so score in half. Sorry guys, my maths are rubbish. No, they are not very good. So what's that? 4 1/2. So score at 4 1/2, and then rotate it round and score at. Now this isn't square either for some reason. This isn't right either. well, that actually isn't 3.5. That's actually more like 3.25. So it's 3.25 by 9 for the size of card you'll need. So you then fold it in half at, what did I say? It was folded in half at 4.5. So before that, fold in half. 4.5, 4 or 4.5, let's see. It's 4.5, or score, I should say. So it's score. Anyway, and then turn this one round and you're going to score it at, now what did I score this one at? Oh, 3/4 of an inch. So I think we'll do it at 1 inch. And if it's too big, we can easily chop it down. So rotate and score at 1 inch. Okay, and then fold and burnish up score lines. Okay, and then I'll show you what to do next with the score lines. So just wanted to write that down so that if you do want to screenshot it, I can put it on after. Right, so I've got these two pieces, so I'm just going to fold and burnish with my bone folder, like so, and I will try it on the actual card first because it may need a bit of tweaking. So make sure you get all these folds in because that then does help to keep the card nice and folded and in place where it needs to go. So the next thing we need to do is, this is going to be the flap here that gets cut. So it's the small, longer rectangle, not the top one. So just cutting straight on that score line right to that top horizontal line, and then mitering off at each side of this like that, and the same at this side, miter a bit off and just miter a bit off. Okay, so that's going to be our mechanism to go inside. Now it might be too big, so it's not, it's fine, it's fine. So we need to do the same with this. We just need to check this one's not going to be too big, because I could cut it down a bit anyway. So exactly the same, go straight up that score line to the vertical line and then miter it at each side, and the same on this edge and the same on this edge. Oh, just these ways. Right, so let me just try this one because this is going to be obviously the bigger one. So the way that we put it on will be, so I may have to cut this bit slightly down. I'll get my big scissors because it's probably too wide, but that's okay. That won't really change too much. It just changes the fact that there's a bit less of miter to, not miter, but less to go on there, because you don't, it has to stay just behind that score line and you don't want it to be above, but it's obviously going to be over here slightly, but we may be able to make that into a, you know, shape it round. And the same with this one, so that one needs to be there, that one fits in fine. We could cut our piece down a little bit here as well, just so it's not quite as big. We could just chop a bit off so it's not quite as big, and then you would need to just miter that away on each side, and then that would fit in and you wouldn't be over the edge. So you could still do these same measurements I gave you with that excess cut off, depending on what size your base card is. Right, so the next thing to do is to decorate these bits. So we can put the base card away just now. Just bring this back if I can. No, I don't think I've got enough room to bring it back into. So let's get some of the other bits of paper and see if we can do some kind of design. Bear with me for a minute. I don't want the little die cuts to get lost in the paper. This paper is quite busy in some bits, so wouldn't really want it to get too lost. So what I'm thinking is, I can find it. I am still here. I'm just trying to find the ones that I thought might work quite well with, you know, some of these little die cuts so they don't get lost. So I'm just going through I'm just over here going through some of the bits of paper at the back to see which. Now we've got this sort of, this is quite nice, so we could maybe, so take that back, so we could maybe put a few bits of this on to here. So if I measured that, it's still quite bumpy here, but we may have to cut this anyway. Just, we'll see how we go. Excuse me. So obviously I don't need anything on these flaps, so it's only these bits here I need to put a bit of paper. So I did have my ruler. Goodness knows where it is now. Could be anywhere. No. So what did we say? We'll just use this again. So this measured 2 1/4 by 4 1/2. So if we just make this slightly smaller, if we get 2 bits that are slightly smaller, so if we make it 2, so I made 2 of these by, what did I say? So we make it 2 by 4 and then see if that works. So we'll just do 2 of them. I think that should work. Okay. And then we'll do this one. So, or is it this one? No, it's this one. Yeah, so if we put these 2 in there, that should work as a backing. And then this piece, we could use just the same. We could use the strawberries if we wanted to. And then there was this other piece of green, which I wonder if I could use that on here. So we could just cut that down slightly. So we're just cutting this down slightly to, let's see, these ones measured 1 3/4 by 3/4 by 4. So if we do 1 1/2, say, did I say 4? No, close. 4, yeah, 3 3/4. So that should fit on there. Oh, no, no. 3 3/4. That should fit on those. And then we can get popping it together. Right. So let's just put this on with some glue. Right. And then these two here at the bottom. Oh, I mean, I could do it that way. No, I'm just going to go with the green. I even tried it with the actual card to look, but I think it'll be fine. And right, so let's pull that one out the way and see how we are. Just out of interest. I think that'll be okay. You can always chop these down a bit more. I'm going to chop these a bit, not quite in half, just like a third of the bottom. And probably the same here, so just do that in half and about a third of the bottom here. So it just means that one should be slightly higher than the other, and it is, so that's good. So we're going to now put some bits and bobs on, and then we're just going to stick it onto the middle. Right, so I'm realising the video is going on quite long, but never mind. Right, so I'm just getting these die cuts back. Put this over here. Hopefully they won't fall out too much. So what I want to create is something on each of these, just on these pieces, because these are the one bits that are going to be glued under. Excuse me. So I'm thinking, excuse me, I'm going to have a few bits of things on here. So I'll pick a few pieces. Excuse me. I'm not sure about this. I'll take the wheelbarrow. I think I'll have the duck because we've got that on the front. I'll take these flowers out. So they're already all chopped out, ready just to, they come out really easily. There's no sort of, oh, I can't get that out. They come out really, really easily. This wee bit might be interesting. There's a wee fence as well, which might be quite good to use. There's another wee kind of rabbit, a few wee rabbits, and it's all different wee bits and bobs. Right, so I've taken some of them out. I'll put the rest back just now because I don't want to lose them for a start. And I don't need them all. So let's see what we can do. So this one at the back's a bit taller than the one at the front. So most of the stuff we want kind of maybe towards the top of this part, because if we put it down here, when this bit goes on at the front, you won't see it because it'll be more covered. So we can put a lot of sort of maybe the things like this at the bottom here, and we'll see that better. So let's see. So I mean, even we could just, I don't think they're sticky. They're just die cut. So, you know, even putting that at the top would stand out. What else do we have? We must have more flowers up here. There's a couple of, just bring out a couple of more flowers. Here's another flower. Let's see, what's that? Somebody on a swing. Let's see, there's a couple more flowery. Right, let's just pop these on first. So we need to just glue these on. There's definitely another one of these somewhere because I've seen them. I don't think these are stickers. I mean, if they are, they might be stickers, but I don't think they are because it doesn't actually see their stickers. Let's pop that bit onto there. Pop the strawberry on as well, maybe. So just putting glue on the bit that's going to be stuck down. These bits aren't really, so they'll be slightly over the top there. Like that. Let me see, there is another blue one. I saw it underneath in the, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. And there's also these. Did I not see that one? Oh, here it is. I am getting it. It's just, they're too fiddly to. So can put that there as well and just put the other, oh, not these surely. Take that bit off. Just pop that bit kind of there. Because that's going to be like that. And then I've got this other flower here at the, that'll pop at the opposite side. And I think that's fine because once the time I put this in, yeah, I can always fill it in. So to add this, to put this into the middle of your card, you want to do it because you're going to have this wee one over the top underneath, which will come sort of there. But you don't want to necessarily have these flowers poking out, so you need to get it over just up to that miter. Just needs to go up to just behind that score line, and I think we might manage to just get these flowers in. So what you do is you just put glue onto that flap like so. Just put it in place, cut it up a bit to the sort of top part of your card, and just behind that line there, because you want to be able to cross it over, well, fold it over I should say, like that. And then you then pop this top flap here, you put glue on it now. Oh, don't do that though. And then just bring this piece over the top and then turn it over. Now there is a tiny bit hanging out, but that's okay. Just give it a good old press down and just leave it for a few seconds. Don't open it. What I did was I just popped this heavy punch on the top, and then I went on and did this part here at the front with my little animals and things I wanted to have on there. So now I can put on, where is it? Where's my frisbee gone? I don't know. That's under here, isn't it? Yeah. So I could put an extra layer onto some of these to make them more rigid, but I'm now using my foam tape because I want to raise a few of these things up slightly, like the wheelbarrow, so that I can slot one of these in behind it. So I'm just putting some foam tape on the back of this wheelbarrow so that I'm able to do that. Like that. Just pop another wee piece on here, like that. And then I can pop that there. And then if I want to pop him in behind, I can do that kind of like that, just as an idea. So just do this. Oh, it's not easy doing this with shorter nails, but never mind, I'm winning. I think I'm winning anyway. Now, before I pop that on, it's now sticking to me. Stop it. I'm going to just pop him in there as well. So I only need to put glue up to about here at the back, because if I put it on any further it'll be sticking to nothing. So just pop him on just there, and then I can pop this wheelbarrow just over the top like that. And then there's some other wee bits here I could pop on. Maybe not there, maybe here. So I could put some tape for that as well, just to lift it up slightly. But I'd probably want to put my duck in first, because so I then need to measure my duck. Only putting glue up to here. So pop that there, just behind that score line as well. And then pop this on top like that. Oh. There we go. And then we could see what else we've got. Didn't use the fence, did I? Could maybe use the fence in the front, you never know. And then I'm just going to pop this wee one on as well. Here. I didn't put any glue on there, did I? On its ears. That's fine. Let's just get rid of that bit of glue there. And that's all at the minute. I mean, I can add bits to after. I've got extra bits I can add there and add these after, but just for kind of the camera video, I should say there's a few bits on there. So when you open it, you hopefully have something like this. So that's your first piece. And it's did that again, it's squelched out there and it's lifted that paper up, which is not so good. But that's unfortunately what happened the last time. But I think you won't see it once this piece is on at the front here. You won't see that. So it's exactly the same, except it's a wee bit more difficult because you've got to push this up a bit. See what I mean? It's taken off the paper down there. So what you need to do is just do exactly the same. Close these bits, get your glue, pop it onto this piece here, pop that down just behind here, but roughly, because you want him to be inside there and you want this to just be at that score line, just behind that score line. You could pop it up slightly more if you wanted. Let me just see, I think it's too late now. And then the next thing you want to do is just add your glue to this other flap here. Now it might be a bit harder to get this to stick here because we've got some bits that are slightly that's not going to work, is it? Because that will go onto there, won't it? Silly me. That's going to go onto there, isn't it? That's not going to work. I think I'm just going to have to do it. Like this. That's it. So I'm not going to do it the normal way I did it with the last one. I'm just going to bring it up to there and just hold it. Just bash my head off the camera. That's it. And I've got a spillage there of glue. So yeah, don't do it the same way as I did the first one. Do it this way. And then just thingy that down, and then it should close. Something came off. Should just close like that. And then pop up. And that's you got your pop-up card there. So that's it. So the other pieces that I've got left here, I could pop them on as well if I wanted to. I'm just thinking, do I want to? I can always pop that onto there as well. Just to fill in some of the spaces. Put a few of these on as well. I'm not putting them right up, I'm just having them over the top here. It's just so that you can see them, because otherwise you wouldn't see them. And just this wee chick as well. Wee duck, I think it is, wee duck, yep. Fine. So here you go, you can see all the pieces there. So don't put it on like that. I think I'll have to come back with another video saying don't do it like that, do it like this. So probably what I should have done was put this one on first and then put that one right behind. But you get the gist of how it's done. I hope you do anyway. And yeah, that's the card really. That's how you do it. I hope you've enjoyed that. And then you can just close that. It's slightly over there, but I mean I could easily just trim that down by just kind of going round that a bit there for all the tiny bit it is, but I could just kind of trim that off a little bit if I'd thought about it before I put it on. Let's see, it's still kind of sticking out, but I could still kind of just trim that area off like that, and it still looks fine. So let's just finish quickly, because I realise time has gone on, hasn't it? And I don't want people to get too bored watching, but sometimes it's quite nice just to see that process, how it all kind of goes together and works. I was going to put it there, wasn't I? There we go, and I could even just put a little bit of here. Like so. And then I would finish off by putting some kind of greeting on it. So yeah, so that's the first one that I did, the prototype one, which was quite time consuming, and so was this, but not quite as time consuming. So it's Stampin' Up! Papers, and it's the double tier pop-up card. So thanks so much for watching. I see I'm at 51 minutes for just one card, but I hope you liked the video. I hope it's helpful. There are all the measurements if you want to take a quick screenshot of that. And thanks so much. Let me know your thoughts and if you'll do it, and I'll see you on a shorter next video. Bye for now.